Alright guys, so today we're going to go over addition, subtraction, multiplication, division with fractions. So I think it'd be a good way to start, just give you a basic example of fractions with people in this classroom. So we'll do the adding the fractions of girls to guys. So in this right now we have 1/3 girls in here, plus 2/3 guys in here. So since it's the same denominator, this makes it very easy. So we just have to add the top. So the denominator same as just adding numerators. So obviously we'll have 3 out of 3 people in the classroom total with guys and girls. So that's just a very basic introduction. Now let's move on to something that is not as easy, where the denominators are not the same. So when denominators are not the same, so I'll give you the example. 3/5 plus 1/7. So in this one, you see 5 and 7, totally different numbers. So the way to do this, we call this the bow tie method. So what you do is you take the bottom left corner, you're going to multiply across with the top right denominator, and that gives you 5. And then you're going to do the same thing with 7 and 3. So you get that right there, you see. So you get 21. You add, you take the sign up and you add these two. So that's 26. And then with the denominator, to solve for that, you just multiply across. 5 times 7, 35. So there you go. See, with addition with different denominators, it's bow tie method, going up and up, up and across, up and across. Add, and then just multiply across with the denominator. So subtraction's pretty much the same thing. For subtraction, we're going to have 5/6 minus 1/5. So we'll do the same thing. We'll take the 6 and multiply it by the 1. So we get 6. Take the 5, multiply it by the 5, and we get 25. But this one, you take the sign going up again, so this time will be subtraction between 25 and 6. So you get 19, and once again, it's just multiplying across at the bottom. And so 6 times 5 is 30. So is there any questions about addition, subtraction with multiplication? Yeah, so just remember the bow tie method. So the bow tie method is you take the bottom left, multiply by the top right, the bottom right, and multiply by the top left, add or subtract depending on the sign, and multiply across with the denominators. So now let's move on to multiplication. So with multiplication, it's going to be a little bit different, but way easier than addition and subtraction, way less steps. So for this one, we have 3/8 times 1/3. So with multiplication, the rule is you just multiply across. So the numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So you get 3 times 8 times 3 is 24. So you get 3/24. This actually reduces down with a 3 and a 24. So you divide that both sides by 3. You get 1. You get 8. So 1/8. Any questions about multiplication? Very straightforward. Now we get to the last one, which is division. So division has one more step than multiplication, but it's a very easy one to remember. I'll give you a little way to remember it. So we'll start with 5/9 divided by 7/10. So what you gotta do is you gotta take the reciprocal of the 7/10. So with division, don't ask why. Take the second and flip it and multiply across. That's all you gotta do. So with the reciprocal, so you take 7/9, and then you divide, so you're gonna multiply now, times 10/7. So you're going to still multiply across.
I think it's 5/9, not 7.
Oh, it is 5/9, thanks. Thank you. Just trying to make sure you're paying attention there. So the 5/9, so it's going to be 50 divided by 63. So is there any questions about multiplication or division, or going back to addition, subtraction? Just remember multiplication, you multiply across, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And then division, you're going to take the reciprocal of the second one, so it'd be 5/9 and flip 7/10, so 10/7. So yeah, just remember, if you can reduce, always reduce. And now I'll go over an example of what you would see on the test actually. It's not going to just be one little fraction that won't require any additional steps. So a test question will probably look something along the lines of this. So you're giving 1/3 m plus n, with m equals 2/3 and n equals 1/5. So what you gotta do here, first just plug in, so you get 1/3, 2/3 plus 1/5. And remember, order of operations, parentheses are go first. So we have to do a little addition here. So you do the bow tie method, like I just taught you. So you take the bottom left and go up to the bottom right. Top right, you get 3. Bottom right going to the top left, you get 10. Add those together, you get 13. multiply across, you get 15. So now we got the inside parentheses is 13/15. So you're going to multiply that times 1/3, 13/15, and multiplication rules again. You just multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, you get 13/45.